Welcome to this installment of Creative Cabin Fever. Today I have TYG on the show and I want to talk about his new single and his upcoming releases that are going to be on the way shortly. I'm really excited to meet him. His song, Search for Freedom, actually impacted me quite severely in my own journey. A lot of people might not know this, but I am in recovery from addiction of different various sorts and dealing with that in my own way. And a lot of that song resonated really strongly with me on a home-based level. But also because of this moment in time and the way that we're all kind of searching for freedom, and perhaps we might have misunderstood the freedoms we once had or believed to have had, and the way we're kind of engaging in society completely differently. So for me, this song is very powerful, and I'm really happy it came my way, and I'm really happy that TYG agreed to talk to me. So TYG, tell us about yourself.
Yeah, I'm 23. Rebecca, thanks very much for having me on, by the way. I'm a songwriter from Dublin. And, as you said, I released my debut single, Search for Freedom, recently, and I'm just working very hard on my music, Rebecca. It was nice to hear that the song had that impact on me, lyrically. It touches on, substances, alcohol, drugs, and things like that, which are, a part of everyone's life in this day and age. And learning to manage them things is definitely a skill in itself. So congratulations on your sobriety. Other than that, just work very hard, trying to stay focused. This lockdown has been a big hindrance to some people. It's kind of suited me because I've just been able to really focus on my music, and like not having to do mundane things like go to work and things like that, which I don't enjoy. Do you know what I mean? It's kind of suited me, so I can just play music and do what I love.
And I think that's great. I think in general, people stand to gain so much by embracing the changes and the moments in time. A lot of people tend to dwell on the can'ts instead of dwelling on the cans. But the cans, as opposed to the cans, the actual cans in life where you actually go, yes, I can do this and I should be doing this. And by doing this, I'm being proactive and positive.
Yeah, definitely. And it's just trying to have a positive mindset, very important. And I myself, Rebecca, have often fallen into the negative mindsets. Do you know what I mean? Negative places, like inside myself. I through the lockdown, I've tried to give myself a daily routine. Reversing every day, exercise every day. Try and maybe do a bit of meditation. And there are days when I find doing them things effortless. Like rehearsal and writing sometimes to me is effortless. On the days where I'm not feeling positive within myself, it's very, I get what you're saying about the cans and the cans. When I'm not feeling positive, the cans seem to outweigh the cans. And, that's not the case. I'm very blessed. I'm very blessed. Of great people in my life. And things are going well. So I have a lot to be grateful for.
Yeah, and I think it's incredible for someone of your age to even come to the realization that having a schedule or having maybe to push a little harder on some days is something that's okay. And it's also completely okay to take slug days. Every so often I just go, no, 2 days in bed now, I'm not even going to put clothes on and I'm going to allow myself to wallow because it's important to feel.
Yeah, definitely. You said about having a schedule. The reason I try to give myself a schedule is because naturally I'm not someone who does schedules. Naturally, I stay up all night, get up all hours of the day. You know what I mean? And have no discipline in my life. And when I'm doing that, it just wears away at me. So that's why I kind of try to have just a daily routine now. To keeps me going and keeps me positive. Exercise for me is a big thing. Doing an hour of exercise a day. And it's good to feel good. So that's what I'm trying to do.
That's incredible. So obviously we're all in lockdown, and one of the things I'm really interested in from artists especially is who's your lockdown jam? So who should I be listening to at this moment in time to distract myself from the weird?
Yeah, well, as I told you before, I listen to a lot of older music, don't get me wrong, there's a lot of great Irish artists around now that I really like. I like Dermot Kennedy, he's very talented, you know. You know, well, I listen to a lot of older music, you know, the likes of Hank Williams, you know, these kind of people, you know, I love the likes of Hank Williams. And for me, the music I listen to, Rebecca, when I try to listen to is music from the heart, you know. Music is a massive part of my life, you know what I mean? I don't know where I would be without it, to be honest. It has been a real great anchor in my life, you know what I mean? Something that has kept me, has kept me on the straight and narrow when, you know, things could have been very different, you know. So, you know, listening to music, writing music, you know, it's just such a fundamental part of my life.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's brilliant. The power of music to transport you and the power of music to touch your soul or help you along a journey or have something resonate with you that might not normally be there. It's
Yeah.
incredible.
I suppose it's having a focus for me, Rebecca. You know, having a focus in life. You know, for a long time I didn't have a focus. You know, in teenage years I was kind of lost. You know what I mean? Like doing what I'm doing now seemed a long way away. You know what I mean? It seemed out of reach because I was just young. I wasn't organised. I was, you know, not as maybe the opportunities weren't as there as they are now. You know, so to have that focus in my life is very important. You know, for me it's music. You know, it could be any number of things for whoever, you know what I mean? Football, whatever, like martial arts, who knows, whatever. For me, to have a focus in my life is really important because, you know, I've experienced being lost in the past, you know what I mean? And not having direction in life, you know, and struggling, you know. So to find myself today in a place where I have a focus and it's moving forward, you know, it's great. It's great, you know.
No, it is incredible. And I'm really happy that you have that. And I'm really happy for anyone who has a reach for the stars attitude to life in general. Because we only get one shot, really, don't we? So it's whatever we make of it.
Yeah, totally. And like, no, it's all learning for me, you know. It's all learning. Like 23, like you know, it's young. It is young. It's very young, you know. Like, it's young, but you know, I try to my teenage years, you know, would have been chaotic for me. You know what I mean? I would have been like a chaotic person, you know. So like now today, like I just like trying to have balance in my life. You know what I mean? Calm and just as I not to be repeating myself, but to I just like have that drive, you know, in the music, which just keeps me balanced, you know.
That's incredible. Now, I'm really interested to hear about gig memories because I know we were not going to be able to go to gigs the way that
Yeah,
we were in the past, you know. Like last
yeah.
night, I was able to see 10 online gigs,
Well, who'd you say?
loads of people, like literally just kept skipping through all the invites on Facebook going, oh, that's what you're up to.
Yeah, yeah. The online gigs are cool, you know. Bruce Springsteen did one from his house. That was pretty cool, you know.
Yeah, I was looking at Gavin Rosdale, like he's my hero. So I look at Gavin Rosdale regularly and he did a Q&A and I missed it the other day. And I was like, that was my chance, my one chance to ask him would he be on my show.
But you never know. I'm sure he'd be more than happy to come on your show. But you know, it's great what you're doing here, Rebecca. I think it's great. You know, I saw some of your previous interviews, as I said, you know, and I think it's great what you're doing. You know.
Thank you.
Yeah, yeah.
So in the past, what gig memories like really stuck out to you?
I saw Christy Moore last year, and as I said, like I'm kind of an old man when it comes to music. You know, I saw Christy Moore. One of my favourite artists to see live is Damien Dempsey. You know, he's unbelievable live. You know, I love Damien Dempsey. You know, I think he's great. You know, I think he's really great. My first ever gig was Bruce Springsteen. You know, yeah. See, I used to work at Club Park with that actually. I used to work, you know, like selling the burgers. Yeah, yeah, I used to do that, and I saw lots of great gigs there. You know, Ed Sheeran, Beyonce, Coldplay, all these kind of people. You know, unfortunately, now the job didn't last too long, as is the case with me and normal jobs. But I did see a lot of good gigs when I was there.
Yeah, no, I worked as a market sub and I worked in loads of markets for years doing food things very similar to what you're talking about. And I'd be similar to you in the fact that I reinvent constantly. I don't like to see it as jobs don't last too long. I just like to see it as my passions kind of vary so much that I can move around.
Yeah, of course, yeah. You know, like gigs, every time I go to a gig, and the truth is like, when I see people playing live, I just think, you know, that's what I want to do. You know, I remember I saw, was that Oxygen one year a few years ago, and I was watching Slash or something play. Slash was playing, and I just knew in my heart that that's what I want to do. Do you know what I mean? The energy of a crowd is amazing, you know. And I played the live and lyrical for Bim. You know, I think it was in Whelan's actually. You know, that was a great night. Like I love playing live myself. You know, energy that you get off people. I love it.
Yeah, there's something magic about that, being in a crowd of full of strangers and all having the same purpose to be there and all feeling and experiencing the same way and feeling that and feeding that. Like as an artist, you're privileged enough to be able to put that out there as much as you receive it. And that's kind of a beautiful gift.
Totally, and you know, like songwriting for me, I write songs on my own. You know, so when I play live, it's like it's of course when you release music, you know, people listen to it, but they're not listening to it with you. You know, and so when I'm playing live, it's the only real time I get to play my music with people physically. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do. I'm really curious as well when I talk to people. I have all these weird theories in my head. I think laterally, I think. But one of the things I talk about a lot is the soundtrack to your life. And I usually start that question off with, because I do believe everyone has a soundtrack. You just don't realize you have a soundtrack. Every moment in your life, every person you ever met is associated with a song to me. But what was the first song, your gateway into the rock and roll? So obviously I know Slash had an impact and made you realize that this is what you want to do with your life, but what was the first song?
That like I ever loved. You know, as a young kid, like I used to listen to music when I was like everybody when I was very young. I used to love Michael Jackson. You know what I mean? Ghetto Gospel. I used to love that song. I remember when I was 5, I used to listen to that every morning. Ghetto Gospel by Tupac. You know, uh, yeah, my music, love of music goes back years. You know, and as you say, like at different times, I would have been listening to different people. You know, but yeah, I think MJ was my first big. He was the first person I was a big fan of. Yeah.
He's iconic though. Everyone answers, like most people mention him at least once when asked like how you fell in love with music. And it makes sense. Like he was ahead of his time. His music was powerful and ever changing and ever growing. There's no two songs the same there. Everything has an impact for everyone. It's understandable why that would be a great kind of bam. This is what I want to do.
Yeah. And you know, like I suppose, like on the other hand, with Rebecca, like you know, like of course, like seeing people live and like you know wanting to do that myself was a part of it. But like there was also the aspect for me that like I want to do music because songwriting is like I don't really have a choice. I don't feel, you know, like, whether to do music or not because if I don't do music, you know, I'm not happy. You know, I'm not a happy person if I'm not doing music. So what choice am I left with other than to do what I love and be happy? You know, so it's kind of I feel like you know it's been decided for me. You know what I'm going to do in life. I'm very grateful for that. And doing what you love is what life's about. You know, that's how I feel.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I think music chooses you. You don't choose it. Whatever role you have in music, it definitely chooses you. So, whether you're a creator or someone in the background, like there has to be a passion and a reason or an understanding of why you do what you do. So, that's beautiful that you have that.
Yeah, like, and I think like as I said, like, for me it's just music. You know, for other people, it's something else, you know. Like I think like with all the pain and sadness in the world, Rebecca, you know, why not go after what you love to do and try and create some joy along the way? You know what I mean?
I love that answer. I love that answer. That's beautiful. I often say, do whatever sparks joy in you. I make a big point of it in my general life to try to be positive and make other people feel happy.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Because I always think like joy is contagious, Rebecca. You know what? But so is pain, like and growing up in Dublin, like you see a lot of it. You see a lot of people, in bad situations, etc. So there's many roads in life. You know what I mean? But for me, like I'm just trying to, you know, take the good one. You know.
And that's beautiful. And thank you for sharing all that with me and your understanding of where you're at, because I think it's great. The last question before I go, what's the first thing you're going to do when lockdown ends, please?
Uh, Probably just go playing gigs. Probably go playing gigs. I'm going to be honest, Rebecca. I haven't been very good about the lockdown. I've been kind of out and about. Like I have been out and about. Like what I mean. I'm out and about today, actually. I'm in a studio. Like I'm not very good at the lockdown thing. There's definitely room for improvement there. But playing live, I'll go play live. Go play a few gigs, and yeah, that's what I'll do.
Brilliant. And thank you so much. Again, I would urge everyone out there to listen to your song because I really think it's beautiful. And I wish you every success with the upcoming releases. And potentially we'll talk to you again about those. And I'm absolutely cross-share anything that comes my way to help you out. Is there anything you'd like to add to the interview, Ty?
Rebecca, I just want to thank you for having me on. I was fond of your interviews before I came on today. I think what you're doing is fantastic. A big shout out to that, like, and just thank you very much for having me on. And I want you to have a great day. Thank you.
Okay, well, I'll stop recording. Bye, everyone.